I didn't know nothing about this concept. When the promoter told me about it in October, I shut it down because that ain't how I've ever promoted a show. You know, I've always been on tour with some real monsters, man. I've toured with the Kings. You know, I've been on stage with Sid, DL, and Bernie, man, at the same time. It's always been a camaraderie. Right. You know what I mean? We're going out here to give the people the best show we can give them. And that's the way we've always promoted comedy shows. Now, you know, to turn this into some type of little beef, that ain't got nothing to do with me. That ain't how I do it. Now, you know, I done heard all of the YouTubes and I done heard all the interviews and all like that. But that ain't got nothing to do with me.
Hold it, Tommy. So you a comedian, you a radio host.
Yes.
And now you got a game show? I'm finna go on Shannon Sharpe show and accuse you of stealing my whole damn career. They've been online and they've watched us destroy one another. They watching the highest rated podcast go out with 51 million views because one person sat up there and told lie after lie after lie, and all the people he was talking about was black celebrities.
The same Steve that went to go watch Mark Curry do his whole sitcom and then stole everything Mark Curry had. Now Steve got a sitcom where he the principal and he wear a suit and then he gets this high top fade, making all black men think he got the best lineup in the business. And it's a man unit. Then you ask it, why you not a movie star? I didn't want to be a movie star. This the same Negro that hated on Bernie with this same thing. I didn't want to be a movie star. No, you couldn't be a movie star. There are 30,000 new scripts in Hollywood every year. Not one of them asks for a country bumpkin black dude that can't talk good over KB and look like Mr. Potato Head. There ain't none. You would have to have range. I played a lot of characters, 60 movie roles. I'm not playing Katt Williams in there.
Shannon Sharpe will become a well-known character in 2020, creating news in the entertainment industry as a whole, as well as in the sports community. His rise in fame has been greatly aided by his widely shared interview with comedian Katt Williams, which went viral. Despite the success, Shannon has established himself as a go-to figure in the podcast and interview circuit, having hosted a number of well-known celebrities who have shared fascinating stories on his show. There have been difficulties throughout the interview with Katt Williams. Lately, during an open discussion with NFL player Cam Newton, Shannon discussed the complications that surfaced after the interview went viral, highlighting both the advantages and disadvantages that have resulted from it. Shannon was forewarned by Katt Williams that he would encounter retribution for disclosing certain industry secrets, and that fear has come to pass. Shannon is now directly witnessing what Katt Williams predicted. Some prospective guests are reluctant to speak with Shannon, even after initially agreeing to show up on his program. There have also been cases where people were eager to participate but withdrew at the last minute.
But Kim, I didn't know it was gonna cause this kind of ripple. I didn't think it was gonna move me in the direction. I'm glad it did. I understand what comes along with that. But if you remember, he said it. He said, this is going to put you in another dimension.
He definitely did.
He said, now they're going to come for you. I said, can't come for me for what? I didn't say anything.
Right.
He said, they're going to come. And they're going to say a lot of different things. And they're going to be some people that you thought you might be able to get that they're not going to come now.
Right.
And that's absolutely has happened. That's absolutely has happened. They were so excited. Thanks for reaching out. We can't wait to sit down. And a day later, they can't do it, and then no call, they won't follow so for the song.
Leading Shannon to go over these unforeseen obstacles in retrospect, Shannon said, I knew it would take me in a new direction, and I'm grateful for that. But Katt was right. She also acknowledged the unanticipated fallout from the interview, saying, I didn't realize it would have such a profound impact. This has placed me in a new realm with new difficulties. Shannon went on to say that while facing these challenges, some people have turned away from him, echoing the warnings of Katt. He stated that this has happened several times. Initially excited, they changed their minds and declined the show. The drama of the day centers on Steve Harvey and is of a different kind. We're here to break down all the specifics behind the growing tension between Shannon Sharpe and Steve Harvey, so stay tuned because the drama doesn't end here.
Drama doesn't stop here.
This is going to be the talk of 24.
No way.
I'm like, you think so? He's like, Shannon. And he's looking at me just like I'm looking at you, Cam. He's like, Shannon, this is going to be fine.
Before the famed Katt Williams interview, Steve Harvey and Shannon Sharpe talked about Shannon's podcast, Club Shay Shay, which went on to become Shannon's most viewed interview with over 8 million views. This is where the tale between Shannon Sharpe and Steve Harvey really starts. Steve Harvey shared his thoughts on his time as a member of the Kings of Comedy and talked candidly about his experience being homeless. These conversations were essential to the drama that was developing. Club Shay's podcast with Shannon Sharpe Shay has become a popular subject for viral interviews, especially after his interview with comedian Katt Williams, which garnered a lot of attention in 2020. This interview was extremely controversial and had a huge increase in views, especially in light of some of Williams' shocking allegations about a number of well-known people, including Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey's sitcom, The Steve Harvey Show, was accused by comic Katt Williams of stealing content from fellow comedian Mark Curry. Williams said that Harvey's show heavily referenced Curry's previous work. Having fun with Mr. Cooper, William didn't mince words as he continued to criticize Harvey, saying that his limited acting career and lack of variety kept him from being a movie star. Following these statements, the entertainment industry saw a wave of criticism from which a number of celebrities either defended Harvey or chastised Williams for his provocative words in response to Williams' allegations. During an occasion, Steve Harvey went on stage to defend himself. Although he would rather not become involved in these conflicts in public, Harvey mockingly rejected Miss Williams' charges and hinted that he might ruin Miss Williams' career if he so desired. Reflecting on how the Katt Williams interview has both elevated his show and brought new obstacles, Shannon Sharpe has seen a noticeable impact on his ability to book guests. Some celebrities who were initially eager to appear on Club Shay have reconsidered due to the controversial nature of the content, which highlights the broader implications of Sharpe's decision to host such a polarizing figure. Despite these challenges, Sharpe remains committed to his platform. Audiences are kept interested during that club shift by the ongoing drama, especially with characters like Steve Harvey. Shay maintains her leadership position in the entertainment industry. This segment of the interview provided insightful information about the comedy industry, highlighting the camaraderie among these legendary comedians and showcasing the tour's enduring legacy. Steve Harvey recently reflected on his time spent on the Kings of Comedy tour, sharing behind-the-scenes stories and discussing the dynamics among the comedians involved. He explained how the tour significantly boosted their careers and left a lasting impact on the comedy industry. Prior to Katt Williams' explosive interview, which dramatically escalated the situation because it made it clear that she was not afraid to call out people, including Steve Harvey, everything discussed in the interview seemed straightforward and offered an intriguing look into the lives and experiences of comedy legends. Williams said that multiple guests on Shannon Sharpe's show, including Harvey, were disseminating lies that called into question their integrity. Harvey's prior conversation with Shannon was centered around two main themes: his account of homelessness and his reflections about the Kings of Comedy tour. Williams didn't hesitate to cast doubt on the veracity of these tales, implying that Harvey had embellished or even invented some details. These charges served merely to stoke the flames, heightening hostilities between Shannon Sharpe and Steve Harvey.
Same Steve that went to go watch Mark Curry do his whole sitcom and then stole everything Mark Curry had. Now Steve got a sitcom where he the principal and he wear a suit and then he gets this high top fade, making all black men think he got the best lineup in the business, and it's a man unit. Then you ask him, why you not a movie star? I didn't want to be a movie star. This the same Negro that hated on Bernie with this same thing. I didn't want to be a movie star. No, you couldn't be a movie star. There are 30,000 new scripts in Hollywood every year. Not one of them asks for a country bumpkin black dude that can't talk good old baby and look like Mr. Potato Head. There ain't none. You would have to have range. I played a lot of characters, 60 movie roles. I'm not playing Katt Williams in there. This is like Steve Harvey telling people he used to be homeless. That's my story. That's not his story. Steve Harvey wasn't never homeless. When Mark Curry was touring with him 25 years ago, he was making $3,000 a show in cash and doing 5 shows a week. They just tell the stories. Thanks to my wife, I'm where I am. You said that about the first wife. You forget that? You told us it was her. Then you went and married somebody else that...
This is the point at which things really heated up. Katt's remarks on the podcast were made public, and the backlash was swift. Rumors circulated that Harvey had intervened against Williams, potentially escalating their long-running feud, which began over 15 years ago when Harvey had made some less than flattering remarks about Katt.
To be honest with you, frankly, I didn't know nothing about this kind of stuff. When the promoter told me about it in October, I shot it down because that ain't how I've ever promoted a show. You know, I've always been on tour with some real monsters, man. I've toured with the Kings. You know, I've been on stage with Sid, DL, and Bernie, man, at the same time. It's always been a camaraderie. Right. You know what I mean? We're going out here to give the people the best show we can give them. And that's the way we've always promoted comedy shows. Now, you know, to turn this into some type of little beef, that ain't got nothing to do with me. That ain't how I do. Now, you know, I done heard all of the YouTubes and I done heard all the interviews and all like that. But that ain't got nothing to do with me. So this here little beef thing that everybody wanna start because you wanna make a name for yourself. That's cool. Do you. You ain't gonna do it right here, though. You ain't gonna build no reputation.
This concludes our in-depth analysis of the drama now playing out in the world of celebrities. Katt Williams' frank comments during his Club Shay Shay interview sparked the feud between Shannon Sharpe and Steve Harvey, which has resulted in a tremendous deal of controversy. Shannon Sharpe found herself in a challenging situation when her cat started doubting the veracity of Harvey's accounts of homelessness and the Kings of Comedy tour. Rumors of Steve Harvey and other celebrities boycotting Club Shay have also been prompted by this conflict. Prior to Katt Williams' explosive interview on Club Shay Shay in January 2024, which drastically worsened the issue, everything covered in the interview initially seemed straightforward and provided an insightful look into the lives and experiences of comedy legends. When it came to his experiences being homeless and his part in the Kings of Comedy, Williams didn't hold back when accusing Steve Harvey of stealing jokes and making up his life tales. The already simmering hostility between the two was heightened by these accusations. Following Williams' remarks, the comedy world responded in kind, with many well-known people standing up for Harvey. Months later, at a charity function, Steve Harvey finally spoke out, breaking his silence at first and threatening to destroy Williams if he was pressed any further. Although meant to minimize the situation, this response seemed to exacerbate the continuing rivalry. Even while Shannon Sharpe, the presenter of Club Shay Shay, attempted to maintain objectivity throughout the conversation, he later admitted on his other podcast, Nightcap, that it was challenging because many of the comedians that Harvey Williams targeted were sharply acknowledging that Williams' no-holds-barred style took him by surprise and complicated his relationships within the entertainment industry. Kevin Hart and Cedric the Entertainer are his buddies. I appreciate you watching today's deep dive into the ongoing dispute between Shannon Sharpe and Steve Harvey and Katt Williams. Whether you're Team Katt or Team, the problem is still developing and getting deeper with every interview and reaction. Steve, one thing is for sure. This controversy is far from over, and we'll be here to keep you informed at every turn. If you liked this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you can see more videos like this. You can also click the notification bell to ensure that you never miss an update on your favorite celebrities. As always, we would love to hear from you. In the comments below, tell us which side of this epic conflict you think Shannon Sharpe's club will win. Is Shay okay after the storm, or is there more to come until the next time? Thank you for watching. Stay tuned, stay informed, and continue the conversation.